This is the Washington Times front page for Thursday, February 23rd, 2023. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has publicly pushed for U.S. F-16 fighter jets for months and said the aircraft would be a game changer in his country's war against Russia. Ben Wolfgang reports House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Michael McCaul told reporters this week while visiting Ukraine that White House and Pentagon officials are still debating among themselves whether to send F-16s or instead a tactical missile system. In the early weeks of the war, the administration refused to send Patriot missile systems to Ukraine, privately arguing that U.S. troops would need to teach Ukrainians how to use them. But in December, the administration gave in to pressure and sent a Patriot battery to Ukraine. As the one-year anniversary of Russia's invasion hits, Guy Taylor and Ben Wolfgang look at how the fallout of the war has reshaped the global order. Beyond isolating Russia and backing Ukraine economically and militarily, the U.S. and its allies are grappling with a world no longer bound by a generation of rules and norms since the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. Russia has appeared increasingly eager since invading Ukraine to create a 21st century axis of powers openly hostile to the United States and its allies. Specialists say that arrangement with Iran and North Korea benefits all three because of an interest in undermining the U.S.-backed international order. Grieving families and advocates say there's an alarming mismatch between the immediate and severe threat posed by fentanyl and the level of awareness across the nation. Tom Howe reports they want the type of flood-the-zone coverage that COVID-19 received at the height of the pandemic and wish celebrities would step up to warn young people about fake pills and other fentanyl-laced drugs that can kill with a single dose. Family members who spoke with Tom said their wish list includes a mandatory curriculum on the dangers of fentanyl in K-12 schools and pop-up warnings about fentanyl when young people use social media platforms. You can read all of these stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page. You can also find our entire lineup of Washington Times podcasts at WashingtonTimes.com/podcasts. The Department of Energy is proposing stringent new energy efficiency standards for gas stoves that manufacturers say could limit their cooking power. The proposed changes, Susan Ferricchio reports, are aimed at improving energy efficiency in American kitchens, but they've attracted hundreds of comments in opposition. Gas stove manufacturers say it'll be impossible to achieve the changes without reducing the size of burners and changing their designs. Manufacturers would have to slash average energy use for residential gas stoves by 32% beginning in 2027. Most of the comments the Energy Department is receiving are part of a mass mailing campaign. And finally, March for Life groups want to move their annual rally in Washington from January to June to celebrate the court decision that overturned Roe v. Wade. Sean Salai reports leaders of 40 Days for Life, Students for Life of America, and Healing the Culture say they want to instead highlight the June 24th anniversary of the Supreme Court's ruling in Dobbs v. Jackson last year. The Washington-based March for Life, which organizes the January event, currently has no plans to move it. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Washington Times in any major podcast app. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.